So Jeff Bezos.
Is that how you say his name?
Is it
by the way?
Bezos or Bezos?
I don't know.
I had Bezos in my mind, but
You know what the
You're
Mexican
wrong.
version?
definitely wrong. Yeah.
You know what the Mexican version of
Jeff Kisses?
No, Jeff Bezos is Jeff Pesos.
Why? No.
The Mexican
That
version
may
of
I
be-
was
Jeff
gonna
Bezos.
say the English
be
version
ill.
is Jeff Kisses because Beso I think is kisses. In,
Oh, is that
or
what it
is?
in Spanish?
Oh.
So Jeff
That rich
Kisses,
motherfucker.
the Amazon
so rich.
CEO, just invested $10 billion with a B
Yeah, it's a couple
dollars to fight climate change,
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
which is insane.
That's awesome. Good for
So
him.
he just put it into the Bezos Earth Fund. It was kind of weird because he announced it on Instagram, which is kind of a weird way to kind of tell the world.
You
I
would think
figured-
he'd do like a public speech or something
yeah,
like that.
like anyone else. So it's to help scientists, activists, NGOs, and he is worth 130 billion. So that's only 7.7% of his wealth.
Right,
Just in
right.
case.
7.7.
Dude.
I wish.
I
I
know.
wish.
I mean, he's been through a bunch of scandals with like Amazon and
Yeah.
like people working crazy shifts and not being allowed to do. I don't know. I get confused with all the CEOs. I don't know if Walmart screwed over people or Amazon screwed over people or
it's all
another
synonymous.
business screwed
It's
over
the same.
people.
Yeah.
I just
So,
assume all of them screwed over someone at some point.
Yeah.
They're all corporations.
Yeah.
Like I think it's just I think he must be just overworking people. And but the funny thing is like people are kind of praising it, but I feel like there was a bigger outrage because he just recently bought a $165 million home,
Yeah.
Jeez.
and people were pissed about that when he spent like
Why,
0.13% of his.
dude?
And I'm like,
Did you hear about his divorce real quick? Can I talk about that?
Yeah. Well, this okay. This
Oh,
is a
yeah, yeah.
podcast.
Can I
allowed to
talk for
talk.
1 second?
We got to ask Jeff first.
So,
if
dude-
we can
Yeah,
talk
we
about this.
got to see what he says.
Lord Jeff. No, but he got divorced from his wife, and his wife took like a certain percentage of his money, and I think she's like now the 32nd richest person in the world. You can
Whoa.
fucking fact check me. I know everything.
That sounds right.
And I
law.
think it makes her like the first or second richest woman in the world just by divorce.
That's crazy.
Insane, dude.
I don't know.
I'll marry Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, say, dude. I'm in the wrong
Get some
business.
Jeff Kisses in his house.
About to make my Jeff Pesos. You know what I mean?
Stop making
I'm
Jeff
so mad about that.
No, I like it. I think it's clever.
No, I did too, but it's awesome.
I'm gonna notice real quick that you're gonna enjoy his humor. He's
Yeah.
gonna enjoy your humor.
Yeah.
And it's just because it's literally the same podcast
so
twice.
scared.
So, so even though people are pissed about Jeff Kisses,
Yeah.
I'm still a Prime member. So I'm giving him my
Same,
money.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know what?
absolutely.
I gotta say I'm pretty proud of myself
Why?
for being a Prime member and being part of the climate change through association because I paid Amazon Prime.
That's true.
Yeah.
He made
You're
that
for
money.
the cause.
I'm for the cause, baby.
Technically, you
right
just
here,
donated
baby.
$10 billion.
Yeah.
Technically,
Pretty much it.
my money is your money is our money.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've all
I guess I'm
donated.
cheap. I guess I'm cheap because I have student membership, which is like a third
Oh,
of the
yeah.
cause. So it's
Honestly.
like climate change. You get like a third of what everyone
Yeah.
else gives.
You might as well go set some forests on fire.
Yeah,
That's really what
Pretty
you're
much.
doing.
You didn't see me in Australia, bud? You didn't see me there?
Too soon.
Holy, that's a hot topic right there. Huh?
Dude.
Hot topic.
I didn't even get it.
I
I didn't catch on.
Oh, by the way,
Angry
for,
again.
Awesome.
for the guests, I forgot
Yeah.
to explain this.
Oh,
You
that's
can
us.
See live who's liking the page and
Hey,
Oh my
commenting.
gosh.
So if there's
Okay.
any, so what happens is we can almost not lie the entire time because we have a comment section that goes, oh, by the way, it's Jeff Bezos or whatever.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah.
So we're hoping like people punch in, but they don't have to.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of emojis right now.
So
Yeah.
Jeff,
let me do that.
Jeff Bezos,
Yeah.
being the Amazon CEO,
Yep.
we all think he's, I don't know, like
I don't know that
he
guy.
must be causing mass suicide because of how much he's overworking people, like in China.
oh, I'm sure.
Right? Like
yeah.
there must be
They have like
some
suicide nets
correlation.
over there, and like
In
I
China?
don't know if it's in China, but it's like
Oh,
that
that's
part
true.
of the
Yeah, yeah.
world,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for people like manufacturing like iPhones and working in like Amazon. I don't know if Amazon's one of those companies, but they literally have suicide nets. So if people try to jump, they're like, "Nah, we got you, bud.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
You ain't dying.
Yeah.
today."
No, that's a thing. Yeah, because the
weird.
rate's so high, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
the rates are like through the roof.
Insane.
That's terrifying.
So
Jeez.
now that we know Jeff Bezos the monster
Mm-hmm.
and Jeff Bezos the climate changer,
Yep.
what are you guys' opinions on him now that like because I think he he caused a lot of negative climate change because like there's no way you can have that many trucks delivering that many packages
Emissions,
without
whatever,
having
yeah.
a big deal of emissions.
Right.
And you know, whatever fuel, whatever when you use fuel, I don't know what's
Fossil
Yeah.
fuels.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like
Dinosaurs? Is that what we're talking about?
so where do you guys land on the Bezos train?
I'll let you guys go first because I'll save mine for last.
Dude, I have a hard time with stuff like this because, like, the dude has way too much money, right? So that's like a problem.
Right? Good start.
I rest my case.
That's the problem.
So, like, I don't know. It's hard. Like, I don't know how to judge. Every time he does anything, it's like, dude has too much money. Everyone's angry. And then he does something like this, and it's like, is he just trying to be like, nah, I do good stuff too?
yeah, it's
but
a
it's
positive PR almost. to an
Right.
extent.
But it's like, he didn't
Or
even.
he could have donated more.
Right. Yeah. Like, it's like
Come
not
on, yeah.
enough.
$10 billion.
No,
he
but I
could've
mean, like people do
donated
that.
more.
Where,
Yeah.
like,
No, I
other
get you.
celebrities
Exactly, that's
donate
the
like
thing.
500 grand to something, and they're like, "Oh, you're worth 200 million. Why don't you at least donate $1 million?" And
Yeah.
it's like, all right,
Because if
fuck
I
you.
donated to every fucking cause, I'd be
Yeah.
broke and I'd be
Yeah.
out of a job.
Right. So it's like
I'd be
all
living
relative.
in my mom's
you know?
basement with
Yeah.
sweatpants. Full circle.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know where, like, I don't, to be honest, like, I see headlines and there's just so many articles of, like, filled with, like, opinions that a lot of times I don't even know what to think. And, like, you can kind of see multiple sides of any issue, of course, but it's, well, most issues. So I don't know. I don't really have, like, an opinion, and maybe that's a bad thing, and I should, but it's like, it literally seems
You're on
like,
the fence. That's not.
I guess,
Yeah. on the
You're good.
fence.
You can be on the fence.
but
I mean, it's torn between two brothers, but I guess you're right slap dab in the middle.
Just that's where you go.
but
Sitting on the wall with the brothers.
I guess, like, my first inclination,
Not sure about anything with two brothers.
that last one's
guess
kind of
so,
catchy.
maybe.
Maybe. That's the new title. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
It just spins through topics, and it's like Hitler.
Maybe.
No.
Oprah? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's weird. You put those two, like, back to back.
Yeah,
That's kind of a
Hitler,
weird
Oprah.
move.
Maybe.
Well, imagine Oprah Hitler or Hitler Oprah. Insane.
Dude.
I
like a-
imagined it. What am I supposed to be thinking?
Yeah, I know.
That's it.
Be a bunch of Nazis
I
reading
just-
the book club, just like
Someone,
start the chambers. I'm on
So-
chapter 7 right now. That's not a German accent, but I'm gonna say it is.
I'm real scared of the screenshot someone just took with you saluting and his shaved head.
Clickbait right
I'm
there.
real scared of that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. How about you,
Yeah, where do you stand?
Jeff Bezos' cousin?
Yeah, you know, they call me Baby Baze.
Nobody calls you that.
Everyone, ever since I shaved, they're like, "Hey, it's Baby Baze." Baby Baze. My only thought is, why is it him that gets all the blame for everything? Like, isn't Amazon itself a bunch of different people, or is it solely him doing everything?
Oh, I mean, he's worth 130 billion. So
right, but
he's-
like, are there like, is there a board with a
I'm
bunch?
sure there's a board of like a committee that like screws everyone over, but he's a CEO, so you gotta step on heads. To
It's
make
almost
it to
like
the top.
it's almost like making fun of a football team, and then you immediately target the quarterback.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
most prominent person within the company.
Mm-hmm.
But like, in terms of my opinion, I
Or-
think how. You can't get that big without getting any backlash whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of
Amazon's one of
course.
the biggest companies worldwide now,
Yeah.
and you're going to be letting emissions into the air. You're going to be doing this and that. So, I mean, fighting back and putting money towards it, I think that's pretty awesome. You know, he could sit back and do nothing and say, you know what, fuck the earth.
Yeah.
But
Which I'm kind of. They always talk
Wait a
about.
minute. I was like, hold on. What was that last part?
They always talk about how
deal
they're going to need a
disrespectful.
big change to shift climate change.
yeah.
And I think that's a change.
Yeah.
I think it's just dumping a bunch of money in it because the government isn't really pushing anything.
No,
So
yeah.
him being the catalyst for climate change might turn things around because they always say, oh, we have 3 years before we have to turn things around. We have 2 years.
Yeah, it's always a time
it's
limit.
always
Yeah.
they always put it. So I think that's.
I think that's the only answer, really, because if you think about it, they can do with nice. They can do whatever. They can do whatever with the money. And I mean, they could not do anything with climate change, and then it turns out to be that it's an actual thing. Or they can dump a bunch of money and say, you know what, it wasn't an actual thing, but at least
But
we
we're
did as
living
much.
better.
We're
Yeah.
living better. Exactly.
I'm curious how far the money goes. Like, I want to see what
Yeah.
that 10 billion actually does.
Well, that's what's funny is, like, you see posts like, this person put this much money into it. It's like, oh, tight. But, like, I don't know
like,
what
does
that
do?
means.
Right, what does that
You
do?
get
Where
a
does
pie
that
chart
go?
And it's like 80% went to other CEOs, and then like 19% went to advertisement, and then 0.1% went into the actual cause.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
0.1% of 10 billion though, like come
Yeah,
on.
I
still
know,
pretty
right?
good.
It's still better than me donating.
That would get me out of debt.
Yeah, seriously. I can pay off my wedding, which I have to say at least once a podcast.